Hello lovely people, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Goldie, and today we're going to be talking about goals! Self-care goals. Goals. Day. As you can see here, there are 6 essential groups that you need to take care of, in my opinion, on a daily basis. Now, why the hell should you take my word for it? Because I'm a happy girl. And if you want to be a happy girl or boy, then I suggest you follow along. Okay, so step 1. The first thing you want to do is either use a whiteboard like I have here. You can also use a notebook. I like to have plenty on hand. I have a lot of those black, what's it called, that brand again? Mead? No, not Mead. What is that one? Whatever, anyway. So wherever you prefer to write down, some people like to just use their computer. I like to handwrite things that have a lot of importance to me. I don't know why, it just works for me. It probably works for you too. So what you're gonna do is once you have these down, it's really easy, okay? All you have to do is start with 2 or 3 goals in each category. Now, my notebook is very full of a bunch of different ideas because I've kind of completed a few and then moved on to other ones. I believe that these 6 categories all have to do with your self-care. So you know how self-care is kind of like this concept where you take a bath and there's a candle lit somewhere and there's a glass of wine in your hand. That kind of self-care is not really effective if, let's say, your relationships are really sucky, you hate your job, you're drained from everything else. So that's why I like to have like this sort of holistic self-care program where when I do take that bath at the end of the day, it's awesome, but it's in addition to and kind of because of everything else going pretty well, and hopefully better than pretty well. Let's talk about each category separately. For health, some people might want to write, well, I want to have a spinach smoothie every morning. That's great. Stay away from dairy, You might put that you want to go to a spinning class every night, or that you want to start running again for just 15-20 minutes a day. I mean, it could just be anything that, if you have an ailment, let's say like if you're like me and you have really tight traps, maybe you want to go to acupuncture, or you want to just simply stretch more often. Say, hey, every night before bed I'm going to stretch with a yin yoga on YouTube for 30 minutes. It's up to you, really. And then you have appearance, and these are a little bit related, but I like to think of this more as like kind of hygiene. For ladies, that can also be kind of beauty stuff that you need to take care of. So if you want 3 new goals for appearance, that could be investing in a couple comfy work office outfits like I have. Could be putting on a little bit of makeup every day. You don't have to do like a full face glam. You just put on a little bit of little eyebrow flick and a little lip gloss and just brush your hair, please. And that's awesome. Moving on, so once you got those 2 down, you can talk about career. So what 3 things could you do that's new towards your current position, or things that you've always dreamed of doing? So maybe, I want to start doing like a new online course about whatever field that interests me, so I'm just going to dedicate 30 minutes a night for that. Even 15, right? That's still on your way to your awesome goal. It could be that your job at the moment is pretty lousy and you can't really change that for near future, and so what you want to do is say, hey, instead of, I don't know, doing nothing in my car for 15 minutes on a break, I'll go take a walk. Could be good. You get the idea. Next is relationships. Now for some people this could be family, it could say marriage, it could say just friends. So this was kind of general, but if you're having difficulty in a certain kind of relationship, then just kind of make that your priority. Could be like, okay, well, I don't talk to my friends enough. All right, so how can I take care of this? Well, let's see. I can call or reach out to 3 different people a day, right? I can call my old neighbor Norm or my grandparents. You can also say, hey, I want to do a date night once a week. Let's make sure to do that. Could be, say, for marriage, you could say, I want to invest in more sexy time. Who knows? And then down for hobbies. Hobbies is funny because most people, when they're tired or they have a little bit of free time, all they want to do is have some snacks and watch TV either in bed or whatever, eat some pizza or some takeout. And I think that's a little bit unfair to yourself. Of course, I also take time out of my day to do just that. But I also make sure that I'm really, taking care of myself. Let's say I've always wanted to go down the rabbit hole of YouTube, watching like history lessons or animal documentaries, or I don't know, some weird phenomenon that intrigues me. But I never get around to it, So it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna dedicate 20 minutes a day to watching said documentary. Or now, this doesn't have to be only productive hobbies, right? It could just be things that you genuinely enjoy doing. Things like that. So I think hobbies go a long way in your whole self-care as opposed to just, watching Breaking Bad in bed. And then lastly, you have home. So I think it's really important to also take care of your home because that definitely just improves your mood. You know how you're ever grumpy and your house is messy, but then you clean it and you're like, everything's gonna be fine. So I definitely recommend, trying to find 3 goals. Maybe your house is clean enough already. You don't want to find a goal for home. You can always spruce up your home or your environment in some way that's nice. So it could be, learning to properly care for your plants, like going to research on Google how to take care of your cheese plant. Could be, when you get home from work or whenever you're done with work, just taking 10-15 minutes to tidy up and lighting a candle. It's, none of these have to be very difficult. I want them to be doable, and hopefully that, you don't hate doing them so that you'll keep doing them. So by the end of it, you might have something that looks like this. So this is roughly what mine used to look like. And then, yeah. Let me know how this goes for you in about a week or 2. Make sure to try to do it at least for a week. They say it takes 2 or 3 weeks for a habit to fossilize, so, give it a shot. Make sure they're things that are doable, not stressful at all, just small steps, If you hate flossing every night, then don't write that. Write something that you can do and would like to do. Take your time with it, have fun with it. I love you very much. I want the best for you. I'm putting it out there in the universe, and talk to you soon.